Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 2019 in the Bahrain Grand Prix. That's the one. We got a durability upgrade to go on the car on this weekend, and we're going to have a full dry weekend. It's going to be looking pretty good. So the durability upgrade is on the car now, and if we have an aerodynamic check, just checking where the car is. We're also going to have a powertrain, an engine upgrade, and a chassis upgrade going on the car real soon. We just got one of the little upgrades to go on the car right now, which is going to reduce the price of the next couple of upgrades, or just, generally decrease the prices that it takes to get the upgrades on the car. I'm looking at the chassis, how far it's going to throw us up in the grandstand of the chassis race in terms of car performance. It's not going to be too bad, but our aerodynamic is almost best of the rest, seen as if we get the two upgrades available on the aerodynamical front on the car right now, we would be best of the rest, getting in front of the Renaults. And our engine is really bad. It's almost the last one on the grid in terms of performance, so it's not going too great, but we are slowly but surely making progress, and our first actual upgrades are going to go on the car next race weekend, I believe. But yeah, that's really just a check-up pre-race, so let's go to practice now. As I said before, I'm not actually going to show you the practice sessions, just me skipping it. So we got a message from Emma saying that if we get 9th in quali, then we actually got 600 extra resource points at some point later on in the season, which would be very helpful, but 9th in qualification is looking not so achievable. But anyway, let's go to quali now.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us, and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
So in the first lap, or the banker time, that we're actually going to put in Q1, I believe it's coming to an end right now. We're not just going to cross the finish line to start it, but to finish this lap. We're in high ERS mode, using just about everything that we had, and it puts us in P9 for the banker time, and later on in the session we actually get 20th with that time, but we actually get another lap in just after quali has finished Q1, which put us in 19th place. So 19th place for the race is very late, to say the least. It's not the best, it's actually quite bad, but seeing as Norris, or like my fellow McLaren driver Lando, is right in front of us, it makes me feel somewhat better about the future race. So yeah, little problem is that I've mentioned it in the Australia video, the previous race, that something happened with the recording in Bahrain as well, which made me skip the first 9 laps. So this was the only thing that actually happened in the first 9 laps, which resulted in Lucas Weber, and someone else I think went out in the first corner, actually in the first turn. So not much actually happened until lap 9. After the safety car actually went back in. Yeah, me and Magnussen have been battling for quite a bit later on, and I apologise if I sniff a few times in this video. I'm having allergic reactions to pollen at the minute, so it's pretty disgusting. But yeah, Magnussen's been trying to catch me ever since the safety car went back in, and I have actually lost out a lot of time to the people in front of me. But this is actually Magnussen going past us on our inside into turn, I believe it's 5 or 6, going into the chicane section. He has to back out of it, however, and there is green flag, so something's going on behind us, and I believe it's a Williams actually retiring with an engine failure. Yeah, it's just come up saying Robert Kubica, which has brought out the safety car for the second time in this race. So, yeah. But in lap 11 it was a perfect time because I get to pit on the safety car conditions, just about making it through the thing, and it says teammate is in the pits, meaning Lando is also in the pits with me right now. So we're going to double stack, and that's not a good choice because there's many people coming in, and I get held up in the pits as well before I get let go. So in the recording it actually seems to be quite a short duration that I actually get held up in, but while I was driving I was so angry and anxious that I just fully messed up Lando's race by coming in so late, or coming in at the same time because he had to double stack because it was also safety car conditions. So he's out of the points right now, and that's when the safety car actually went back in and the race had restarted, and I was really aggressive with Magnussen because he got in front of me in the pits. But it's lap 14 now, and we're trying our best to go up his inside, but Giovinazzi at the same time is trying to go up my inside, so I had to defend into that corner, going into the chicane and pushing really hard, braking as late as possible, cut corner her a little bit and possibly make a dive bomb on the inside. Yes, I have. It was a little aggressive, touched him up, but we have gotten the position. So it is lap 17 right now, and Magnussen's battling Giovinazzi right behind me. They were going side by side into turn 1. It's debatable of who's going to come out top, and it's Giovinazzi because he had the inside line and Magnussen was boxed in behind me as well. But Giovinazzi is having a massive pace right now in the race, and he's trying to go past me as well. But he's holding it around the inside, and he's actually trying in the chicane, but he had to lift off to let me pie so we don't collide. And I believe it's on the same lap that we go 3 wide into turn 1. We all touch because Giovinazzi was boxed in between me and Magnussen into that corner, and I believe we also lost a bit of our front wing. But yeah, this is Giovinazzi barging us twice to go up our inside, very aggressive. So we're just going to dive bomb him into this corner where he actually turns into us once again, closing the door that we were already in. We showed the nose, so he couldn't actually shove us out there, but he locked up into the last corner, and we take the position back once again. But I doubt this is going to be at the end of it because our engine in the straight line speed is not the best. But he tries to go past us, but we squeeze him and he has to lift off to make it safe. We're 3 wide once again into turn 1, where we come out on top with Giovinazzi second, but as you can see he actually turned into me that time, so this just shows how aggressive he is being, and he once again just barges us in this race. So he's been very aggressive, and I'm surprised if he's not going to get a penalty for all the barging he does, but it's not much coming from me because I've been really aggressive in this race as well.
Gap to teammate behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on old hards. They're in 12th. The time last lap was a 1:37.6.
So that was just a bit of an update on Lando at the minute. I felt really bad at the time for messing up his race, making him double stack, and that was Magnussen actually going past Giovinazzi, and it seems like Gasly has also went past because they're both flying past me in the back straight and really aggressively barging both of them and we were actually 4 wide there for a second, and I got a warning for collision with Gasly for what I got for a reasonable reason. And Giovinazzi, I've squeezed him a little too much on that straight and actually made him badge into me, which wasn't ideal obviously, but he's actually trying to fly past me into the second straight of the track once again, into turn 5 or 6, which I have mentioned before, just before the chicane section. He's still holding it around the inside, but he has to lift off to make it safe. As I said before, we have a bit of a wing damage situation, but this is Magnussen trying to go around our outside into the weird corner of the track, and we actually managed to squeeze him out a little bit. I'm not sure if he actually made contact, but it was quite a good move from me. But this made Gasly available to go past everyone, and because he has a much better car than me, he actually manages to take me down as well, and that puts us in position number 8. But on the same lap, Magnussen tries to go on our inside and straight as well. We pull back on the racing line and we overshoot the corner, actually messing up completely, but we don't lose the position, so we get a corner cutting penalty, or not a penalty, a warning, and a warning for the collision I have made with Magnussen as well on the re-entry. Butler's right behind us and Magnussen's trying to go down our inside into that same corner that we've seen many action from this time around. It's lap 24 now and Magnussen's still trying to go down our inside, but we actually squeeze him a little too much and drive him in to us, but we're aggressively and not very nicely block everyone, and we thread the needle into turn 1 with the dive bomb. We actually managed to go down everyone's inside.
Gap to teammate behind is 4.7 seconds. They're on old hards. They're in 15th. The time last lap was a 1:38.8.
A bit of an update on Lando's well-being, as Grosjean tries to make a move on us, but it's not going to make it work, and we cross the finish line on the last lap to be in P8, which is a really good position for our McLaren team.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Valtteri Bottas passes his rival to take over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Moore. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So Lando actually came 15th in this race while we came 8th, gaining our only point of the season so far. And I've gotten driver of the day, which I think was well deserved with all the defending I've done this race, and actually making up a lot of position from 19th to 8th.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Not a good race for Lucas. How do you think he'll be feeling about not finishing?
Well, he went out in turn 1, So pretty embarrassed, but also not feeling too good, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm not sure which answer I've actually picked. I think it was the left one, yeah, which increased our McLaren rep.
You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today?
Or faster. He's not that fast. He's in racing points. We can catch him. But I'm not sure what answer I've actually picked. I did say go faster, which increased our showmanship.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
If you have to ask me that question, you obviously didn't watch the race. But yes, I did, because of safety car and Weber's crash. So, yeah. But it was good, and we got the chassis thing.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
Well, I sure hope so. We did a good result, and we got our only points of the season, so.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, thanks very much, Emma. So, yeah, the results for our rivalry breakdown. It's Lando still winning this rivalry, and we're getting our resource points for the first time right now, which actually elevates us by 378 resource points, which puts me over 1,000. And we did not get the team goal because of our qualifying pace, but oh well. You know, our respect levels are going up. We got the sportsmanship, and it's all looking pretty good for now, because we did get our only points of the season. But yeah, let's have a look at the messages. It's just a debrief, so it's nothing too important. There's no, you know, interviews with other drivers right now, so that's okay. And I just do a quick check-up on all the things going past. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, press the like button, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm also going to leave you with the highlights of the race that you can enjoy. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.